begins in the mouth with the mechanical and chemical digestion. The food enters the oral cavity in which the teeth chew up the food to increase the surface area. Water and saliva are released from the salivary glands, which contains the enzymes salivary amylase and mucin. This begins a chemical digestion, and when the polysaccharides are broken down into maltose or disaccharides or shorter polysaccharides. The food particle is then shaped into a bolus by the tongue, which is then moved to the pharynx when the epiglottis is down, and then the esophageal sphincter is not tense. The bolus then passes through the esophagus into the stomach through peristalsis. This process in the stomach breaks the proteins into shorter polypeptides due to the gastric juice components of gastrin. The food particle mixes into chyme. Hydrochloric acid has a low pH. The enterokinase then activates the pepsinogen, which is a zymogen, into pepsin, and then that cleaves the proteins into small polypeptides and smaller polypeptides. The chyme then enters the small intestine, which contains the ileum, and then the smaller peptides into the amino acid are converted into amino acids by dipeptidases such as carboxypeptidase and aminopeptidase. The chyme is then released in the small intestine, where most of the digestion absorption begins when the pyloric sphincter relaxes. In the duodenum, the beginning of the small intestine, it is regulated by enterogastrone like secretin. The chyme mixes with the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder juices, whose secretion is controlled by cholecystokinin. The pancreas produces sodium bicarbonate, which restores the pH to higher levels, and the trypsin and chymotrypsin, pancreatic amylase, are also secreted in the duodenum. Disaccharidases and nucleases dissolve the intracellular material, dissolves the disaccharides into monosaccharides, DNA or RNA into nucleotides. The liver contains bile, which contains bile salts, and fat globules are emulsified. The villi and microvilli are on the small intestine, with the known as brush border cells, and the bloodstream absorbs the many nutrients, and the fat globules are emulsified by lipase from the fat and glycerol into fatty acids. The cecum, the rectum, and the appendix make up the large intestine. The feces absorbs the water and is passed through the rectum into the anus. No digestion takes place after this entire process.